Yeah, this was January 3rd that where our trouble started, not January 4th. All right, let's slow this guy down. Now you can see the EA is in trouble here in that it is continuing to play sell trades when in fact the trend is gently upwards. Now we can see that we're 40 some dollars in the hole, but I think you'll see that it gets into even bigger trouble than this. Our total count is of open trades is 12 open trades, well, right here. And as you can see, we're trending up, but our buy lots are in good shape. We've got 0.2 versus, oh no, we're not, 0.2 versus 0.3. So now, hold on a second. All right, you see how this now went really hard on the buy side. But look at this, we've got minus $273 that's open, and that is at 0.02. So that's a huge problem. And we've got 30 trades on the chart. And really what's wrong with this, beside the obvious, is that because of the way the code is written, when it commits to some sell trades here, it just, once that first buy and first sell has been entered, the code it is using is pretty basic, and it continues to place real-time sell orders. Like, we would be okay if pending sell orders were placed, quite far away as a kind of hedge. That's fine. But to be continuing to place live sell orders at this point is really not helping, and as we can see, we're in trouble. So now the question is, what kind of code are we gonna write to mitigate that? I mean, there's a lot of options. We could just simply restrict the number of trades that's allowed on a buy or a sell side. Once you're past, say, whatever, 10 trades, 10 live buy trades, then just don't do anything anymore. And same would occur to sell. That's one way. If the open trade is minus $100, we could just stop trading and just put this thing into hold pattern, not close anything out, not using a stop loss to lose that $100, but freezing the $100 loss. Remember, we have 11 other pairs that are continuing to trade, and many of them arguably are making money. So if we can just freeze this 100, stop everything on this pair, and hopefully other pairs will compensate, and eventually we can then manually, if we decide, to just close this out because we're in enough profit from others that we can take that $100 as a loss. So that's possibly one area we could go. The other thing that I think is a little more sophisticated, and I think I like it better, is, as you can see, our rescue plan kicks into place, and I'll explain that. Well, I've explained it previously, but what the rescue plan does is it really accelerates the trades that are going on. So it will add, so if we're trading 0.02, what it does when it's in the rescue mode, it is then saying, well, the following trade that we place will be 0.03, or no, 0.04. And then the following trade after that will be 0.06. But anyways, whatever it is, we are adding to the trades in an effort to shut things down and get out safely. So I think what I'm going to do, I do like the idea of restricting this to $100 maybe as a freezing point, not as a stop loss. But before we get there, in other words, when the rescue starts, I also like the idea somehow of writing some code so that whichever has the big losing amount, like in this case, we can see sell trades are in trouble here. It's down $1,000. Now that sounds crazy, but then remember the buys are up 770. So what we could do is write some code that once this gets to, say, minus 100, for example, that it actually stops trading new fixed sell prices and instead switches over to some, just continues to with the buy trades. And of course, in our code, when we place a buy trade, it automatically places the hedging sell trade. So we've got that going. So anyways, let's give that a go. I'll write some code. We'll see where we end up. I put some code in that's wrong, so I've actually got $200 in here. I added this line so we can see, but still, it's worth checking to see if the code actually shuts us down at $200. And what I've also done is where it just turns trading off so we can visually see that this becomes off, which I think is a little better than just coding it in. Let's see how this goes. Basically what we're doing here is if we get below minus $200, just stop trading. Don't close anything, just stop trading, keep your $200 loss there, and then gives you time to think what to do with that, see how your other pairs are doing, and if they're doing really well, you might be able to just say close this, then take your $200 loss, and that's fine. If not, you might actually take this EA off and put some form of recovery EA to run to try to rescue it to some extent. Anyways, let's just see what happens here. You'll notice I've also added this line which is judging the range from candle 2 to candle 12, and that is these brownish lines here. And as you can see, as that range becomes a bigger number, well, what do you know? We actually made money there. Oh, it must have stopped trading. Okay, we need to look at that again because I missed it. So what we're looking for here, maybe just by stopping trading, it then allowed those buy trades that were in place. So instead of continuing to place the sell trades, which was putting it deeper and deeper in the hole, it just stopped doing that and in fact took advantage of the buy trades that were already on the chart. And as it continued to move up, it just took that into a profit. We turned a big loss into it. Admittedly a $2 gain, but still a profit. Now let's keep an eye on this right here, and actually let's just slow it down a little bit. Okay, off. So it turned it off. It's no longer placing any trades, but you see the buy trades were already on the chart. There it goes. So because it continued up, very nice. Okay, so that worked.